Hi, I'm Tinny from minibulldesign, and today I'm in the kitchen and I'm going to bake a cake. Yesterday Susie made homemade bread, and this morning she made lasagna. Tomorrow we bought, just came back from the grocery store and I bought ribeye steaks, so tomorrow we're going to have steak. But we don't have any dessert, and I don't have anything to do right now, so I'm going to bake a cake. Same standard procedure. I'm going to coat the pan with olive oil, the baking pan, and I had to refill that because we're going to bake it out in the factory. And I've got 1/4 cup of oil and 1/2 cup of water and 2 eggs and 1/2 of a Betty Crocker extra moist cake mix. This makes 2 8-inch cakes. I cut it right in half and make 1 8-inch cake. But I'm going to put it in a 12 centimeter Imusa cup. That's what I'm going to cook it in. So it's not really going to be an 8-inch cake. It's going to be more like a 6-inch by 6-inch cake. I suppose you could slice it up and make a layer cake out of it if you want. It's probably tall enough with the right aspect ratio to be a 3-layer cake. We don't usually eat them with any frosting on them. We usually just eat them plain, and they're very good that way. I think that's probably plenty rich enough without adding frosting. There, I think that's ready to go out to the factory and be put in the pan and cook. So, let's go out to the factory. Okay, first thing I need to do is get my K-cap going. And put my pot stand on. Put my oven on. And I've got my stand for the pot to keep it off the bottom. Now, I'm going to lubricate this pot with some olive oil, which seems to work the best. Give it a good dose. Now, I've found that this works the best for me if the pot's a little bit cool. Some of these pots are out here, and when it's not heated, and they are cool, and the olive oil seems to cling to the sides a little better when they're cool than if they're really warm, if I've got a hot fire going on. And it's cool out here right now, so this seems to be working pretty good. Okay, and I'm going to put the mix in the pot. Now this is a yellow cake mix, and they say that it has, one of the big selling points is that it has pudding in it. Pudding mix, I guess. And it's kind of funny because it smells like a batch of instant pudding. It's got that pudding smell to it, and the cake actually has a little bit of that flavor too. Okay, so we've got that in there. Take a look at that. It doesn't come up too high. It comes up, oh, maybe just a little bit more than halfway. And we're going to put that, I've got the standoff in there. I'm going to put that right in the oven. And put it on the lid. We've got our K-cap going here. And a heat bottle remote. So I'm going to set the timer, and this takes just about 40 minutes to do. So I'll set my timer, and in 40 minutes I'll turn the camera back on and we'll see what we've got. Now it's 41 degrees out, and it's around 3 o'clock. I came out this morning, built the fire up, warmed it up in here, dried it out because it's warm and rainy today. So not a real good day. I wanted to make sure everything was good and dry out here. It started fire and it pulled all the moisture out of everything. Beth had 5 orders today, and she brought the list out. It was real heavy on lids and knobs. I know I don't usually sell that many knobs, but sold like a dozen knobs today. And I don't know, around 10 lids. Some of this, some of that. So I had to make those and got that all done. Sold an M4 stove, that's not common. You know, a lot of pot work and fuel line, yada yada yada. Got that all done. And then I went in the house and played with electronics for a little while. That just fascinates me. I really enjoy in the afternoon playing around with electronics. The flasher circuit I'm working on for the big blue LED, the problem I was having was I was running the whole thing off of one power supply, one 12-volt power supply. And the problem that I was having was the LEDs were drawing so much amperage that it was affecting the other side, the low voltage side where the pulse circuit is. And that's real sensitive, the voltage. As the voltage goes up and down, the pulse rate goes up. So I just separated the two and ran the pulse circuit, which is just a little IC, off of a 9-volt battery, and then ran the high power side of the circuit for flashing the big LED, the 12-volt side, off of a 12-volt battery, 4 CR123As. And that works a lot better, except that the relay couldn't take it, so I had to hunt around and find a heavier relay. And I've got that hooked up now, and it works perfect. This isn't something that's going to run for hour on end. It's something you're going to turn on for maybe 10 seconds max every now and then. It isn't not like it's going to run for hour on end. So anyway, that's where I am on that. And I really get a kick out of doing that kind of stuff. It's just fun. I really enjoy it. So, had to get down to the post office. Didn't have any customs today. They were all domestic, so went down to the post office and ran those in. I had a doctor's appointment this morning. I just a general checkup, and he told me I'm healthy. I think that's basically everything I did today, so I decided to come home and bake a cake. Seemed like the thing to do. I really get a kick out of just sitting out here and letting the K-cab run. Every now and then you'll hear the heat bottle remote go bloop bloop, bloop bloop, bloop bloop, and the flame's right steady. Pretty soon you'll be able to smell the cake. It's just a fun thing to do if you have a lot of time and you're predisposed to that type of thing. So I'm just going to sit here for probably another half an hour. Yeah, about another half an hour, and I'll turn the camera back on when I start to suspect that it's done. Okay, it's just coming up on 30 minutes, so I'm going to do the rod test and see how it comes out. Because this may be done. Can't remember if the yellow cake cooked a little faster or not, but that's done at 30 minutes. So let's turn the heat off and get that baby off the heat. Okay. It looks good. See, it looks good. So I'm Tinny from minibulldesign. I'm going to go in the house and have some cake. Get out and hike, take a friend, enjoy the great outdoors, and more important than anything, Try to have a really great day and try to take some time out to have a little fun today. Bye-bye.